So we all have a couple of questions that we'd like to ask you quickly. I think Arush would like to start.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
So my first question would be, like what are factors or what are causes that you have seen that would often cause people to turn away from like learning a self-defense? It could be based on their money or like time. What are some factors have you seen?
From my experience, some people, I think it's time management because you can go a lot of gyms, um, and you got a wide range of instructors. Some they do very good marketing, but when it comes to teaching, it's totally different. Alright, so you have to try go to a few places and see what you check out the credentials of the trainer or the coach. Sometimes they can bullshit you, so you gotta do a bit of research as well. I've come across some fellas, a lot of hot air, but in reality,
Mm,
nothing. You know, so you gotta do a
yeah.
bit of homework sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
then
understood.
the cost wise, it all depends because it all seems like if you're doing like only a specific art and they charge you too high, or they sell you, oh, you got the gym and there's other classes on that, but if you're not into it, then you end up paying a bit more, you see. So that
Yeah.
you got to consider, whether it's worth your pocket to fork out that money, Yeah.
Okay. So for my first question, uh,
hmm
what what inspired you to take up a form of martial arts?
I took out a few because I was in the police force before, so we had to learn taekwondo, and I found taekwondo. I don't like taekwondo. That's my preference. All right, so I went and learned. Sorry, I got a bad throat. Lah. So I
No, it's
went to
fine.
learn Krav Maga with Shasha Saliano. He's a Singapore SOF,
Oh, okay.
uh, Navy. What is this? Best training Navy SEALs from the US. All right.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, he runs his own school because he blew his knees off while doing a night landing
Ooh.
in after parachuting. Right. So he blew his both knees were like when he landed right up to his thighs. They popped.
Oh,
So he can't. Yeah. So he's a chief instructor trained in Israel. He teaches the special forces in Asia itself. So he goes to Thailand, Philippines, and so forth, and he teaches them. So I learned from his school as well. Then I did Muay Thai with Darren De Silva and Fight G, which is the first MMA club in Singapore before Evolve and all this all came in.
yeah.
And then I did close quarters with some special forces guys like Tim Wade and all this. We had special guys coming in, so we had like 3 days really hard on. Your arms will get bruised and all that. No choice. You have to really do the 3 days proper before you get your certification. And the last was I joined BJJ in 2010.
Oh, okay.
Then I started off in Evolve. Then I found it too expensive, so I moved with one of the instructors who is now the national coach for the jiu-jitsu team. So I started following him. His name is Professor Takel. So he's based at UFC gym right now. So I've been his loyal student, so I followed him all the way. Yeah, so I've been doing it since 2010. Yeah, so it's in September, it'll be like coming 12 years. So I'm a brown belt right now.
Oh,
The
wow.
best
Yeah.
thing, if you're young, try everything. I would not say, oh, just do one, but try everything and see what suits you. If you got
Okay.
friends
Yeah.
along, it's better. So each one coaches each other or push each other to go for training and all that. You have to do the training.
Yeah.
That's where you excel. See, when I did Muay Thai, I did lose the pads on my legs and let it bleed and all that thing. So did hardcore kind of stuff. But when it came to rugby, I just could crash into people just like it was like a piece of cake. I couldn't feel anything. I
Yeah.
was like, oh man, this is good shit. The training came in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it helps in another way or to another thing. You never know what will help. Yeah. Your agility will you start making decisions better. You don't overreact. You don't just get angry. for the sake
Yeah.
of getting angry because you know what you're capable of doing. And I know what I'm capable of doing. So especially if you're in a bar or some idiot starts some shit, you just tell him, back, go home,
Yeah.
take a chill pill, go home, because end of the day, you know what you're capable of doing. If the fella dies or gets paralyzed, whatever, you gotta go to jail, man, Yeah, so
Yeah.
sometimes it's better just to avoid the thing, you know. Yeah, but if it's self-defense, then it's self-defense, lah. But then again, it has to come to a point because if there's CCTV coverage, right?
Yeah.
So police will monitor that and see how far the self-defense was. If you're pushing and you're backing away, and then the fella strikes you, and then that's different, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Aditya would like to ask the next question.
Yes. So, have you been in a threatening situation where self-defense was necessary?
Yes, I was. I was a bouncer before, so yes. In clubs, there were fights, or people can't pick a fight with you in the club itself. They get too high, they do stupid things. Yeah, we just submit them, unlock, submit them, and throw them out of the club. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so another question is, do you consider non-violent skills such as first aid part of self-defense?
First aid, yeah, which is you need to know that, like CPR or the recovery position and what to do if the fella got slashed. So you can be the first aider on the spot itself before the ambulance come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know because these are all life skills, man. I've saved a girl who drowned in
Oh.
'99. Yeah, I was just about to eat. I was in Pan Pacific Hotel. I just came there. I saw her lips turning blue. I just went and opened her mouth and pull out her tongue, and that's it. Your
Oh.
body
Wow.
just goes into this active mode because of what you have learned.
Yeah.
And I saved her. Yeah, she was like 5 years old or something
Oh.
like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also wanted to ask, like, do you think enough people are aware on how to perform first aid or CPR in Singapore, or do you think that there's a need to educate more people on this?
I think you need to. There's one story in the police force. This guy played a fool during the CPR course, yeah. And one day at home, his father collapsed and he didn't know what to do.
Oh wow.
His father died in
Yeah.
his arms.
I think I heard that story before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, police force is one guy. So I reckon, regardless what age, go and learn. Every 2 years, get yourself recertified. First aid, comprehensive first aid, and whether it's the hands-on CPR or the AED, learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good to know.
There's the many long-term benefits as well, other than just like getting yourself out of that situation.
Long benefits, yeah, it will help you in life, I tell you straight.
Yeah.
As I said, decision making wise, confidence in yourself, your self-esteem. See, these are things that you can't buy.
Yeah.
You have to go through life experience, then from there you earn it, you see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I also have one final question on my side. Is there any specific type of people who you'd encourage for them to learn basic self-defense? Like maybe a group of like people who live in a place with higher crime rate, or like a certain group of people who you think would need to learn self-defense?
I'll say everybody.
Oh, okay.
There's no everybody should learn something, yeah. Because you never know. See, you can be living there, but when you come out, you go somewhere else or some other country,
Yeah.
you never know what's going to happen. So it's better to protect yourself first,
Thank you so much for joining
Hey,
us.
no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No
Bye.
problem. God
Thank
bless.
you.
Bye.